All right. Welcome back, guys, to the Run It Back podcast. I am your host, Joy. Alongside with me is Wes. Wes, how are you doing today, bud?
Hi, Joy. Hi, Running Back Nation. I'm good, man. It's a lot going on this week, as is every other week. But it's still life without Formula One,
Yeah.
which is still kind of hard to get around. But just by looking at the photos of certain cars, as well as the news of the F1 and the motorsport landscape, there's a lot to be excited about.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say it's been a up and down week for motorsport. But like mostly on the up. We got a lot of news. If you follow WEC, Toyota released their new car, and
Yeah,
yeah. So like,
WRC too.
yeah, absolutely. And yeah, like I mean, just there's just so much going on. Of course, I'm excited. I can't wait to see what car Albon drives. I think they're gonna announce it soon too. So yeah, I'm super excited. It's gonna be a short show tonight, guys. But yeah, let's just dive right into it, right? Hot laps right away. So biggest news coming out of this week: Cyril Abitable leaving Renault slash Alpine Formula One. He's not even leaving Renault or to go to Alpine or like take over Alpine. He's just leaving Renault altogether. What are your thoughts, Wes?
Well, so much for reliability and plenty of money.
Yeah,
All jokes aside, I thought it was kind of shocking
yeah,
because Renault had a pretty good season last season.
right.
Um, I've always felt that if Renault underperformed in 2020,
He was
that
gonna,
Cyril was going to be on the hot seat or pretty much be fired
right,
by Renault.
right,
And because of how well they did with Daniel and Ocon, that maybe this was the season that saved his behind, that or derriere, as they say. That he could have stayed another season or two and
right.
maybe furthered the project because it looked like the tides were changing at Renault despite Daniel Ricciardo leaving. But in return, Fernando Alonso comes back to the team.
Yeah,
But it's shocking. It makes me wonder why why the departure, why now? And I understand that they're very high on the guy that they got from MotoGP. I
yeah,
can't seem to get the name of his off the top of my head, but I hope that with the rebrand and the new roster, literally from top to bottom, I hope that the project will continue to grow.
yeah. Absolutely. I'm right with you, Wes. I definitely agree. This was a shock to me. I didn't see Cyril Abitable leaving. Now I think the reports are saying that he was kind of just replaced altogether with Rossi, the guy from MotoGP, not Valentino, but I forgot his name escapes me as well. But yeah, this guy is supposed to be the chosen one, right? He brought Yamaha back from the ashes in MotoGP, and he brought Suzuki back from the ashes. And Suzuki and Yamaha back then were like the lowest tier in MotoGP. This is all coming from the race, by the way, so you could definitely check them out. But yeah, so this guy is known for when the budget is pretty much when there's a ceiling in the budget, he can get you the he can get the best out of the team, the best out of the car, or the best out of the bike. So I think I see where Renault is going with this, or Alpine is going with this. They probably see that this guy is super resourceful, and yeah, like of course, the with the 2022 regulations coming up, um, yeah, like I think it's clear why they chose him, but I don't know. I felt like Cyril's departure was abrupt. We didn't have any signs of it happening. But then again, Jerome Stoll, the CEO of Renault, stepped down earlier this year. So yeah, it is. Yeah, it was shocking when I got the news, especially off of a strong season with Daniel Ricciardo and Esteban Ocon, and it looks like they were gonna get stronger with Alonso, and they have this full momentum coming into the season. So yeah, I'm right there with you, Wes. But what would you say is the new expectation for Renault or Alpine?
Move forward.
Mm. Mm.
And that is because, look, like I said in the last part of the segment, or earlier in the segment, rather, that, look, they had a very good season last year. It can only go up from here,
Right.
especially when you have Fernando Alonso paired up with Esteban Ocon. And if this guy really is supposed to be a really good team leader,
Mm.
we want to see it.
Yeah.
Of course, the big question will be, can this guy who has been very good with team management in MotoGP do it in Formula One?
Yeah.
Um, in by many regards, a different sport.
Right. Absolutely.
But what needs to be taken into consideration is that, look, there's going to be growing pains,
Mm.
but at this point, there's a lot of assets that this guy is going to inherit from Cyril, and there will be a lot of those same team members in place. So I can't see them completely going back down to zero
Right.
with this move, but I want to see them actually do better. Now, do I think that they will be best of the rest? I can't say that for sure
Right.
because Ferrari is due for a bounce back year.
Right.
There's Aston Martin. There's
McLaren.
also McLaren.
Right.
Yes. So it's going to be a really tight race. And, we have yet to see how tested this guy really is with a different sport, different regulations,
Right.
different whatever, different driver personalities, even.
Right. Right. Yeah. Absolutely. I agree with you, Wes. The thing is for me, I do believe that, um, like it will be a lot harder to move up the grid, especially this year. With the this is going to be the last year for the regulations. But it's going to be strange. I think we're going to start to see improvements from Renault in 2022 if this guy is the real deal. If he is, you know, pretty much the guy that they were looking for all this time. They pretty much headhunted him, so he didn't just apply for the job and there was an opening. They wanted him to be part of the team. They offered him the job. So yeah, 2022 is going to be super exciting to watch. I think that's when we're going to see the real progress of Renault if Rossi is um is for real, right? So yeah, absolutely. So yeah, moving on. New schedule for F1 2021. So Bahrain is scheduled to host the first race of the season, and we get we get a blast from the not so distant past. Where we go back to the Imola, We go back to Imola. So I mean, yeah, it's exciting. To go back to Imola. But I want to know what your thoughts are, Wes.
Well, it goes to show that there still has to be planning made
Right.
for a pandemic world, right?
Absolutely.
Just because we are living in 2021,
Right.
it doesn't mean that COVID-19 has disintegrated completely.
Right.
As a matter of fact, you might have to brace for a rise in cases or a new strand, right?
Right.
So, of course, each government is going to have their own discretion on how they want to handle it.
Right.
But for me, I'm totally okay with Bahrain hosting the race
Yeah.
uh, to start the season. It's not going to affect the watch times, at least for us here in the United States. It's relatively early anyhow. Same with Albert Park. If Albert Park was still on the calendar to start the season,
Right.
I mean, granted, they'll be later, but
Right.
um, it's not going to change our viewership, at least I don't think.
Right.
But with the other track coming back, Imola, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I was actually pretty happy with the racing that was there last season,
Right.
and I'm excited to see how it would really shake out for this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. I think. Yeah, it's a shame. Like I said in the previous podcast, I love Australia as being the first race of the season. It it's usually just like sunshines in Australia, and it's usually just it's the perfect weather for Formula One racing. Just the perfect temperature. But like, I mean, Bahrain is one of my favorite tracks. It produces a lot of great racing. Now, I am excited about Imola returning, although I don't think that they like the cars are still too big. The cars that we have right now, they're still so wide, and so it's really hard to kind of determine whether it if we're still gonna get like amazing racing, just like ones where we get in Brazil, um, or like Austria, But yeah, I'm excited for Imola's return. I don't think it's gonna be a regular fixture in the F1 calendar from now on. I think they just pretty much just you know inserted Imola just to just in case Australia doesn't go through. I mean, yes, they are trying to postpone it, but there is still kind of this small possibility, or probably like pretty big
Well, Joy,
possibility.
they're actually going to put Australia towards the end of the season.
Right, right, exactly.
I believe Imola is going to be placed,
Like yeah,
and
in the first couple one, like I think after
I
China.
believe it's. I would like to think that it took the place of China.
Right. Yeah.
Let me double check that for you while we're still on the air.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
So it's gonna be the second race of the season.
Oh, is it okay then?
Yes.
Well, I mean, if you have that,
Right.
let's confirm that.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, I know that like, they're trying to postpone, Australian Grand Prix, but I think they also inserted Imola just in case.
Yeah, it's the
I think,
second race of the season. You're right.
yeah, because I think Formula One has this deal with either Sky Sports or uh, other other companies that they have to get at least 20 races into the season. So I think they're doing this just as a precautionary. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't also be surprised if other um, countries or other Grand Prix get canceled. But yeah, you know, um, I guess we already brushed up on does it spell trouble for the rest of the calendar. Um, Wes, is there is there a Grand Prix in mind that you would think that maybe they would postpone or like cancel altogether? Is there like one that you think it has a high risk of getting canceled?
Uh, Possibly Singapore.
Okay, Singapore,
Possibly Japan.
Japan.
But then again, I
Absolutely.
would like to see Japan be on the calendar, especially if they're so adamant about having the Olympics for this year.
Right, right, absolutely. So yeah, yeah, I completely agree. I was about to say it'll be. I think Japan. There is a small risk that they will cancel it, especially if there's more cases found all over the world. But I actually think Canada um, is in really high risk of not being on the calendar this year.
Well, maybe us too,
Right? Yeah, absolutely. I was about to say just after
especially in
that.
Texas, because in Texas, well, I
Right.
don't know how many listeners that we have overall that are not based in America, but some we have some states here that just don't believe in coronavirus or don't take coronavirus seriously.
Right.
And unfortunately, Texas is in a region where it's they believe that um, coronavirus is more falsehood than truth.
Right. Right. I mean, well, yeah, exactly. So like, and also same with Brazil. Brazil doesn't believe that they have a lot of cases of coronavirus, but Formula One is like, we disagree, and so it's kind of more like, no, we could host you, and then Formula One is like, we don't really, we're okay. But yeah, it seems as though Brazil is gonna go through this year. Of course, Brazil does have that has the luxury of more time. It's gonna be towards the end of the season, so hopefully by then everything clears up. I doubt it though, but we'll see. We will see.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna say that, Joe, that's like saying we. as the United States of America have a lot of time to clear it up. But
Yeah, yeah,
whenever
absolutely.
you give, whenever we get a lot of time for anything,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna leave it there.
there you go. There you go. All right, Wes. Any more thoughts?
No, I'm excited already for Formula One racing. Like I said,
Yeah.
life without it is kind of hard.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, pretty much, I've been just watching just reruns of Super GT. It's probably the most. Oh man, me and my brother Jordan, we always cringe every single time one of the Super GT cars gets so close with the GT 300s. But yeah, yeah. Anyways, Wes, let's play a little bit of just play a small game.
Sure.
Wes, all right. Let me ask you something. Did you study a little bit before this?
A little. Um, I've also been playing a lot of old racing video games. So now I think the engine sounds have been jumbled up in my head because I have been driving virtual cars of those same makes.
All right, cool. So this is a game that me and Wes came up in our pre-production. So Wes is gonna try to guess the engines, the sound of, or he's gonna try to guess the manufacturer of the engines, and while I play the sound of these engines. They're all gonna be in Formula One. So obviously there's only gonna be four constructors or four manufacturers. So Wes, good luck. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Here is your first one. Can you hear that, by the way?
No, I can't.
Okay. There you go.
I think you're so. I guess the first one is a Formula E car because I can't hear it.
You can hear the fan. You can hear the fan in the back.
Or a Tesla.
All right, all right. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, Wes.
Because of that whistle, a part of me wants to say no.
Yeah. Okay. Is that your final answer?
Sure. Yeah.
It is not. It is the Honda.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Very close. I agree. The Renault definitely has a very high whistle, like on the turbo. But for me, like, it's easy for me to say because I'm the one giving out the noises. But for me, it's the raspy downshifts. For me, it rattles.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, cool. All right.
I mean, I don't mind if I go. I don't mind if I go 0 for 4 because the sound in my head is more of a
I
Yaris.
was about to say. But yeah, I was about to say, I was like, you might not hear it clearly because I'm kind of relying on my mic here. All right, so
that whistle though. I mean,
that
granted, Red
whistle.
Bull used to be Renault, so
Yeah.
maybe yeah.
Well, I agree. I love the sound of the whistle, just kind of the pitch of the whistle, kind of just steadily climbing. So yeah,
Sure.
all right, Wes. So here is the next one. Okay. All right, just a moment. Okay, there you go. I like this one. All right, Wes.
lost it.
You need more time, Wes?
No, well, the thing is, I lost it in the middle somehow.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'll just take a guess anyway.
Okay.
Like I said, it's all fun and games. Mercedes.
Yes, absolutely. This was Hamilton's pole lap in Spa.
So, because of that roar.
It's that roar. Yeah. Absolutely, and it's a lot more smoother on the downshifts. I just noticed that right now. So, yeah, definitely not the most. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't remember that on board. He sounded like a ninja because I lost him.
I thought you said you lost it like he spun, because it did sound like he spun a little bit.
No, I lost it as in I couldn't hear the engine anymore until the end.
But
hey, I'll take it. 1 for 2. Okay, let's go.
1 for 2. All right. Okay, hold on. Let me just. Okay, perfect. Here's the next one, Wes. All right, Wes, do you need more?
No. I'm going to take a guess.
Okay.
I'm going to get close to my mic because I love saying it like this.
Okay.
Ferrari.
There's an ASMR right there. But yeah, you got it right. It's a Ferrari. But yeah, it's weird. Like, the Ferraris don't sound the same this year. It's as if they lost a little bit of power this year.
Sounds like it, yes.
Sounds like it, yeah.
I mean, it sounded like a fraction of the Haas that I would roll around in the F1 games. And because that's basically the same engine, right? At the time.
Pretty much, yeah, basically.
So, yeah, no. I was like, because of, again, the roar and that very, I guess, I don't know how to describe it, but that very, that it's the downshift, you know? It's it's a little bit, I found Ferrari's downshifts quite smooth.
Yeah.
Not as, I mean, Mercedes takes the edge a little bit.
Right.
And the roar I can tell from Ferrari and Mercedes, because that's what they would show a lot on the TV. There's a clear difference.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So, yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, you already know what the last one is, so I'm gonna throw you a curveball. Try to guess. You could try to guess like what. You could just guess the car manufacturer. You could just guess what series it's in, whether it's WEC, Formula E, whichever. Just
sure.
like, yeah. Okay. Cool. Here it is, Wes. Alright, it might be a little bit hard because it's in pit lane right now, but this is how it sounds as it passes. Wes, can you guess what car? You could guess like anything, any series.
A part of me because of the buckling and the pit lane noise, and a part of me because a part of me feels just this way because I've been thinking about this car lately. Toyota TS050.
Ooh, so close, so close. Well, kind of close. It's actually the Ray Brig Honda.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. I mean, close.
It's pretty close, yeah.
Same neighborhood. But yeah. I love the sound of the TSO50 as well. I can't wait to hear the new WEC for Toyota. But yeah, to all the listeners, it is actually the Honda HSV, the Ray Brig. This is actually my favorite Super GT car 500 of all time. So yeah.
Oh, see, you I could have also said NSX too, but now you
Yeah,
said
you could have.
HSV, so
You could have. So I was like,
it's not the same.
well, yeah, it's not the same, but I was about to say like I mean, Ray Brig Honda is, that's why I said I was like you could name the series. So I thought
That's fine.
I actually
I mean,
thought
it's an endurance series still.
yeah, pretty much. What do you call it? I actually thought that the pit lane gave it away because they had to wait until the fuel was done. But yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to do that in WEC too.
Yeah.
I thought you were showing Fernando Alonso because that's what all Toyota.
It did. It did
that's
sound
that's all they wanted to show when he was on the team.
I was about to say, I was like, it kind of sounds like the Renault engine when Fernando was going around Abu Dhabi, but
the V12 or V10.
Yeah. I thought it was a V8. Oh, I don't know, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure either. So, all right, Wes. Any more thoughts?
It's all good. I'll take a 2 out of 4. That's 500. That means I got half
GT
of the field
500.
right.
GT 500. Exactly.
I'm more of a WEC guy.
All right, Wes.
And WRC.
Yeah.
But,
I should have played
more WRC than WEC, but
I should have played a Group V engine. But yeah, one of the classic ones, probably the Audi one. Ooh. All right, Wes. All right, Wes. Thank you so much for coming along, and thank you to all the audience that listens. But yeah, this is pretty much our show for today. Not a lot went, but they come and they go, and yeah, hopefully tomorrow is better. But yeah, great job, Wes. 500. I actually if you had me guess, I don't think I would have gotten. I probably would have gotten like 1 out of 4, because they don't sound the same, but like they're pretty close. But yeah, great job.
Well, I mean, no, thank you, and thank you for having me. I mean, I will say, at this point, because Mercedes has done so well, I think it's kind of if you watch Formula One long enough, you can already tell it's a Mercedes.
All right.
But yeah, no, it was a fun game, and thank you for another awesome week of Run It Back, and for our listeners, thank you for the support. Keep watching.
Right.
Make sure to check out our other show, No Decision, where we talk about boxing. Feel free to follow us. I'm Wes on the mic, and Joy, would you like to plug your social media too?
I actually don't have an Instagram just yet, but we do have an Instagram as a show. It's called the Wes Joy Show on Instagram. Hit us up. That's you pretty much. I mean, you could message us there, and we'll answer right back. But also, you could pretty much keep in contact with us through the show, when what we're going to talk about in shows, and also when the shows are coming out. And thank you guys so much. Thank you, Run It Back Nation, for coming back and listening to us. Thank you so much for listening to us, guys.